Summer is unofficially over. The time of summer schedules and vacations is coming to an end. So how did this month go when it came to getting through my backlog? In truth, it went fairly well. I was again able to complete a couple of games over the month and also get a good ways through another one. On the flip side, there are still a couple of bigger games that I didn't make a lot of progress in over the month. So with all of that said, let's take a look at what I've been playing for August 2023. Just like July, I was able to finish up 2 games in August. This is definitely a number that I could get used to seeing each month, so let's take a look and see what these 2 games were for August. The first is Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster. I was able to complete Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster about midway through August. This was a Final Fantasy game that I had never completed all the way before, so I was happy to finally say that I've finished the game. That said, it definitely wasn't my favorite Final Fantasy game by any means. It seemed ambitious for a game that came out when it did, but it also seemed like it was maybe a bit ahead of its time in terms of being able to pull off those ambitions well. I was also able to put out a review for Final Fantasy II Pixel Remaster during August, so if you want to hear more of my thoughts, take a look at that. I'll put a link in the video here and in the description below. The second game that I completed in August was Marvel's Avengers. I've been working on getting the Platinum trophy for Marvel's Avengers for a number of months now. I finally decided to buckle down and work to complete the last few trophies that I had left to accomplish this month. And Marvel's Avengers is a game that will always leave an impression on me. It was a game that whenever I kind of entered into it, I was kind of expecting not to enjoy it very much based on the very mixed reviews, but wound up enjoying it quite a bit. Now, this isn't the reason why the game will stick with me, as that reason is because this game gave my channel its first really popular video, which at this rating is sitting at nearly 48,000 views, and is ridiculously higher than any of my other videos on the channel. I know that's not much compared to the popular videos out there, but it still gave my channel a jump start that I won't forget anytime soon. While it will stick with me, I think I am moving on from the game. I was able to get my 94th platinum and spend over 90 hours playing it, so I'm pretty happy with what I was able to get from playing Marvel's Avengers. Even though I finished up 2 games this month, I didn't add any new story games to the list this month. I will probably be starting Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster soon, but I wasn't able to start it before August came to a close. This means that all the rest of these games are carried over from last month. The first of these is Stardew Valley. Now, I've played Stardew Valley Expanded a few times this month and made some decent progress in the game. I've been able to finish up some bundles in the community center, get to the bottom of the mine, purchase some animals, and probably other things that I just can't remember. I'm currently a little over halfway through fall in my first year, so I definitely played quite a bit more of this than I have the last couple of months. The second story game that I've played quite a bit is Spider-Man. This is the game that probably kept me from starting the next Final Fantasy game this month. I've been very focused on Spider-Man when I'm playing on the PlayStation, and I've really enjoyed my time with the game. I think I'm a decent bit over halfway through the main story, but I will still have some trophies to chase and all the DLC to play after that as well. Now, I'm definitely late to the party with this game, but I've had a blast playing it. It definitely has me excited to play Spider-Man Miles Morales and for the release of Spider-Man 2. Who knows when I'll get to those games, but I'm certainly going to enjoy them when I do. And the last story game for August is Skyrim. I didn't really get around to playing this game that much. I know I played it once, but I don't think I played it any more than that. Skyrim is a giant world to get lost in, but the game does feel a little bit dated on its own. Not terribly so, but you can tell this is a game from over 10 years ago. I feel like mods could change that, but I'm trying to get through this playthrough without any of those, and will then go back with mods to see if that makes the game feel more updated or not. Moving on from story games, I'll be focusing on games that I call endless games. These are games that don't have clear-cut endings. They can be online PvP, arcade, sandbox, creative, simulation, or party games. Some of these are games that I enjoy quite a bit and keep playing off and on, while others are ones that I play for a season and then will move on from. Now, this list is slightly longer than last month's. I don't think there are any new additions here, although there is a game that I moved to this category from the story category because I felt it fit a bit better. Now, the first endless game is Fortnite. During August, we had a season transition, which is always kind of exciting. Chapter 4 Season 3 came to a close. There was no big event or anything for the end of the season, but it was an enjoyable season to play through. I was able to hit level 200 and get all of the super levels, which was my goal for the season. I enjoyed the season pretty well, even though the kinetic boomerang and the Cybertron cannon were probably not my favorite themed weapons from Chapter 4 so far. I did really enjoy the mammoth pistol that was added to the regular loot pool near the end of the season, which was a lot of fun to play around with. We also started Chapter 4 Season 4 near the end of the month. While the heist theme isn't super exciting for me if I'm being honest, the season seems like it will be shaping up to be pretty fun. The addition of mythics from previous seasons and the new locations are pretty enjoyable to play around with. The rocket ram and business turrets seem like they'll be very fun seasonal weapons to use, but we'll hope that there aren't any issues with them that cause them to be removed for part or the rest of the season like previous season weapons have. You know, the shockwave hammer was removed early, the kinetic blade was removed early, the kinetic boomerang had some issues in the middle of the season and had to be removed for a period of time. So all the seasons so far in Chapter 4 have really kind of had some issues with some of these season weapons. So I'm hoping that Season 4 won't follow that suit. In regards to Fortnite, I have also played a little Save the World this month for V-Bucks. It's been fun getting a reason to go back to Save the World, but I also don't love the mode nearly as much as the Battle Royale. It's still fun to play to get some extra V-Bucks for skins and stuff, but if they take that away at some point, I doubt I'll play it too much. Second endless game is Bloons TD6. I played Bloons about normal for the month. I was involved in some contested territories, and I think that's where I spent most of my time with Bloons this month. I was also able to black border another map in the game as well, which I think brings me to 4 black bordered maps. All this means is that I was able to beat all of the challenges on a particular map. It's a fun little way going through the game, but I don't spend a lot of time going for the black borders and all the maps. If I play it on a normal map, I'll just go through and whatever the next map is that I don't have black bordered, I'll start working on the challenges for it and work my way through them like that. Third endless game is Marvel Snap. I've continued to play a good amount of Marvel Snap, but I feel like I haven't played quite as much in this month as I have previous months. I'm still enjoying it a lot, and the new update for the PC version of Snap is pretty amazing. I mean, it's still Snap, so it's not like it's changed the game or anything, but it looks a lot better than what it did before the update. I really didn't get many new cards last month. I think the only 2 new ones are Dakin and Silver Samurai, which may work together pretty decently, but maybe aren't the most exciting cards out there that I have left to get. The fourth endless game is Overwatch. I played Overwatch a few times during the month, but as I said previously, this is a game that I have fun playing with my son occasionally. I'm not super invested in the game, and it's definitely not quite as much fun playing on my own. Even so, it winds up being a game I play once or twice a month, and while I enjoy it, it's just not a game that hooks me. The fifth endless game is Terraria. We didn't get to play as much Terraria as a family this month. The kids started to have responsibilities for the upcoming school year during the month, and that led to them to only having like a few days to be able to play together in August. We were mainly trying to work on achieving some of the trophies in the game, but didn't get terribly far because the ones that we're really working on are some of the ones that are really grindy, like collecting all the armors. We made progress on it, but we didn't really get as far as we would have liked. I also forgot to get any footage of our times playing together, so I just played around looking at one of the special seeds in the game. I had never really tried one and was interested in seeing what it looked like, so I explored one of those while getting footage for this month, so that's why, it might look a little bit different. The sixth endless game is Moving Out. I'd previously placed Moving Out in the story category, but truth be told, there really isn't a story to the game. It has more of an arcade-style gameplay, and I thought it would fit better here. I think we only played this as a family once this month, but we did play, and again, I forgot to get footage, so I played a little bit on my own as well, just to get a little footage for the month. Moving Out has you play as a group of movers going around moving people out of or into houses in kind of a crazy, chaotic way. It's not meant to be a serious game by any means, but it can also be kind of difficult if you're trying to play it to meet the challenges that the game presents you. So it's kind of a weird mix there that doesn't maybe always work the best, but is still kind of fun at the end of the day. It definitely has kind of an Overcooked vibe if you're familiar with that series, where you kind of have this kind of co-op, colorful, cartoony game, only instead of cooking as an Overcooked, you are a moving company here. So it's kind of fun. The seventh endless game is Minecraft. I think this is another month where we only played Minecraft like once. My goal in the game has been to get a deep mine going to be able to get a good source of diamonds and other rare materials as well. But my efforts haven't really paid off yet. I keep running into some issues that set me back. I'm hoping that I figured out a solution to that problem and it'll lead me to being able to successfully dig down a little deeper in the next few times we play. And the last slot on the endless list is Jackbox Party Pack 4 and 8. We played 2 Jackbox Party Packs over the course of August. Well, actually, we may have done more than that, but I remembered that we played these 2. I'm sticking them together because while the Jackbox games are all their own things, there is quite a bit of overlap in what they are. They're both party-style games. Some of the types of games in each of the packs can be similar or even sequels to earlier games. We picked up the Party Pack 8 this month with my son buying it when it was on sale, and it was a lot of fun. Honestly, all the games in this one were really solid. Party Pack 4 is also pretty solid, but the weakest entry is definitely Monster Seeking Monster. It's just not a game that we really enjoy all that much together. Still, between those party packs, there is only one game that the family doesn't enjoy that much, and so I think that's still a pretty great ratio when it comes to the amount of good games versus the amount of games that we don't enjoy quite so much. Now, normally I'd be doing trophy games here, but since I finished up Marvel's Avengers right near the end of the month, I don't have a new trophy game that I'm working on at the moment. I'm sure there'll be a game or two here next month though, so be on the lookout for that. And with that, that is all that I've been playing in August. I'm again really happy to have finished up 2 different games this month. Took me quite some time to get through Avengers all the way, and I was also happy to finish up Final Fantasy II. I'm looking forward to starting up the 3rd game in the Final Fantasy series next month, and I wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man was added to the completed list next month as well. However, things don't always go as planned, so we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes. How about you? What have you been playing in August? Have you picked up any new releases over the month and been playing those? Been playing old favorites? Removing games from your own backlogs? Let me know in the comments, as it's always fun to see what others are playing and if those games are worth adding to my own backlog. Hope everyone had a great month and that you've been playing games that you enjoy. That's all for this month, so we'll see you in the next video.